Hello, I'm Councilman Julian Jones, and I pray that you and your family are safe and are doing well during this time of Corona. During times like this, I'm often inspired by all the goodwill that is on display throughout our community and throughout our nation. I see people with food drives, people helping one another, and it really makes me feel good to see the very best in people come out.
Hello! Thank you for supporting us.
Now I'd like to talk about your personal safety. Let's quickly just remind everybody that you must wear a mask when you're out into a retail establishment or in public transportation. Whenever you're around other people outside of your house, I would recommend that you wear a mask. If you do not have a mask, you can make a mask. There are material that has been researched by the New York Times and others in terms of what's the best. So one is, of course, the HEPA filter. That's one of the very best. You can get a HEPA filter for your furnace and use that material as an insert into your mask. You can also use flannel shirts or pillowcases that are like 600 thread count. Basically, if you hold the material up to the light, if you can see through it real easily, it's probably not so good. But if you can't, then it's probably a good material to use. Next, we can talk about social distancing. The rule of thumb is to stay 6 feet away from people. The more the merrier, the better off you are. Gloves. I see a lot of people wearing gloves, and that's okay. But just remember, the virus enters your body through your mouth, your nose, and your eyes. So wearing gloves are okay, but it's still important that you wash your gloves, wash your hands, disinfect your gloves just as if you were not wearing them. Because it doesn't matter whether you're wearing gloves or not. If you touch your face or touch something that you're going to later on touch and then touch your face, that's going to give an opportunity for you to become infected with the virus. As always, wash your hands frequently. Wash your hands for a good 20 seconds with soap and water. Actually, soap and water washing for 20 seconds works better than the other disinfectants that we normally have around with the alcohol and things of that nature. And the best thing you can do is stay at home. Stay at home because once you go out into the public, even wearing your mask and trying to be as cautious as you can, there's always a risk that you will contract the virus. Maybe you pump your gas and you forget to disinfect your hands before you get back in the car. Maybe you touch something that somebody else touched. Disinfect your hands. Don't touch your face. But the best thing to do, of course, is to stay at home. Here are a couple of websites that I look at often that provides an awful lot of information. Let me give you a tour. This is the state's website, corona.maryland.gov. Has a lot of good information. Over here you have total confirmed cases over time. Right now we're up to 14,800 cases. Over here you have the breakdown by counties. Baltimore County 2012. Cases and deaths by gender. Over here is a new edition. They just put this up today, I believe. This one here shows the ICU and acute hospital beds for COVID-19 currently in use. Very interesting. The number of ICU beds and total beds over here. Here you have the total number of confirmed cases, 14,775. Confirmed cases, 630. Confirmed deaths, 631. Number of negative tests, 61,000. Hospitalizations, and released from isolation. So that's the state information. So this is Baltimore County's website, which is very nice. You have the reported cases over time. Right now we're up to 2012. This is the state number. This is the county number. Here you have the number of deaths. This is the state, 631. And Baltimore County has 58. Over here you have, of course, the state confirmed cases. Number of females, number of males. Over here you have a breakdown in race. Over here you can see 846 are black, 558 are white. You see blacks are disproportionately affected by the virus. And here you can drill down to see the actual places in Baltimore County where the number of cases are. So right here you see all of this dark on the west side is where the most cases are. Here's Randallstown with 173, Owens Mills 142, Pikesville 137, Windsor Mill 117, Catonsville 155. Just the other day that was 67. And you can see that on the west side we are hit the heaviest, especially in the African American community in Randallstown. So we must be very vigilant and do everything in our power to flatten the curve, because the virus is wreaking havoc here on the west side. Over here is by age. If you can look at the number of cases in Baltimore County by age, you can see is right here in this middle, from 40 to 49, and from 50 to 59 is the highest. And I know a lot of people in this age group, and they don't consider themselves senior citizens. Once upon a time we thought that this virus was only affecting seniors, but as you can see, it's doing a good job in terms of young people, 20 to 29. And that is the dashboard. Very nice. Let me just give a definition of a confirmed case, okay? Because the key to this is testing, 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 testing. There's not enough testing. Every one of those cases that have been confirmed, someone had to show some symptoms. Someone had to contact a doctor by either being admitted to the hospital or call their doctor, and they thought that they had enough symptoms for them to be tested, and guess what? Many of them are positive. But the key is all the people that are walking around that have the virus and don't know it, and at some point in their evolution of having the virus, they were spreading the virus and they didn't know it, and many of the people who probably got the virus didn't know it. It's only when you start showing symptoms that you are being tested, and then it's coming up positive. We are right now, we are peaking where across the state about 30 people a day are dying from the virus. 30 people a day. You know, the chain is only strong as the weakest link. If you have people in your family not taking it serious, you have to convey to them that they have to take it serious, because it only takes one to go out, contract the virus, and bring it home and infect the entire family. Let's talk about economics. First of all, in Baltimore County, so far we have 46 100,000 people filed for unemployment. Now this is just a tremendous number. The system was never built to handle this. So we have a lot of bottlenecks. People are applying. When it comes time to call in, they can't get through. I know the state is hiring an awful lot of people, trying to train them as fast as they can, extending hours, coming on Saturday, opening up on Saturdays, trying to get people through. But it's still very difficult. It's important to note that while you're waiting to get through, the money will be backdated. So you will get the money eventually, and you'll get it from the time that you were unemployed. Friday, the 24th, the Unemployment Administration are going to start accepting applications from those gig workers. A lot of people have called and asked me about this. So Friday is the day. Friday the 24th, they're going to start accepting applications. If you're self-employed, if you say you drive for one of the Uber or Lyft or someone like that, or all of those folks will be able to apply for unemployment. They'll have a system in place, and it's supposed to be up and running this Friday. Now let's talk about the CARES Act. They've already run out of money, but it is my understanding that the Senate has already passed a bill, and they passed it on to the House. And once the House passes it and the President signs it, additional monies will come available. I anticipate this should probably be, given maybe a hiccup here or there, maybe next Monday you'll be able to apply for the monies. But just remember one thing: the minute that this money comes available, you need to apply. You need to have all your documentation, whatever you need right now, to be ready, because that money will not last long. I'm anticipating it'll last no longer than the first batch of money, which was about 2 weeks. So be ready for that. The CARES Act will have several different programs. The Paycheck Protection Program, the Emergency Fund Program, which has been very popular. Basically, the emergency fund was giving the people in business $10,000. I've been told that it takes 3 days to process it. And once you're approved, you get you get the money within like a week or two. So that money is ran out. But again, as soon as the money comes in, you make sure you apply. And I'm anticipating this Friday or Monday. Somewhere in there, it's going to come available. On the stimulus checks, some people have already received money directly deposited into their accounts, the $2,400 or $1,200. Others are waiting for the money to be sent to them in a check form. That's going to take a few weeks. From what I understand, part of the holdup now, of course, is the president wants to have his name on the checks. That'll take a little time. And also, remember, the checks are coming out for people who did not file 2018 taxes or 2019 taxes and did not give the federal government account information. So those folks will have to wait. Now, oftentimes people will ask me, what do I apply for? What do I qualify? Unemployment, the emergency funds. I have a company, but I'm the only worker. This is my answer to you. Apply for all of it. Apply for all of it and let somebody else tell you no. Don't tell yourself no. Don't get caught up trying to figure out what to do when you should be doing something. I'd like to give you some community updates. Let's start by talking trash. Okay? Baltimore County was accepting or receiving somewhere around 23% more trash than it normally would. That's because so many people were doing spring cleaning. They're stuck at home. They're cleaning out that closet. They're cleaning out that basement. And we were just inundated. And trash costs Baltimore County money to dispose of. So, Baltimore County decided to stop or close the landfill and stop collecting yard waste. Well, I'm here to tell you there was an outcry. It was very clear that these services are very important to the citizens. They made it very clear that They want these services back, and we have those back now. So starting tomorrow, which is Thursday, you will be able to put out your yard waste, as well as the 3 landfill sites will be open. I mean, Eastern Landfill, Western Acceptance, and Central Acceptance facilities will be open. Just a reminder for people with the grass clippings, make sure you put your grass clippings in a lawn bag or leaf bag, something that's biodegradable and not necessarily a trash bag. And you might want to try just mulching it up as you cutting your grass. It's a lot simpler, better for the environment. Comcast is offering free Wi-Fi. Sign up, you get it free for like 2 months, and then you can pay $9 or $10 a month. It's a good deal. Baltimore County Public Library, we're going to be offering free Wi-Fi at the parking lots of several of the libraries. So you can sit in your car and access Wi-Fi. Governor Hogan released 700 to 800 prisoners from the prison system. These are prisoners that were going to be released within the next couple of months anyway. This is a humanitarian gesture on his part. Governor Hogan and his wife was able to broker a deal or secure a deal for 500,000 test kits from South Korea. I'd like to thank Governor Hogan for all his hard work and efforts, and I think that these test kits are much, much needed and a game changer. I mean, the only way we really know what's going on is to test to find out who has the virus, who have the antibodies, so that we can make adjustments. Time marches on, so it's very important that you complete the census. It is my understanding that we are way behind on the census. So make sure you get your package in, complete it, and get it in. Next is the special election for the 7th Congressional District. Those ballots were mailed out. Complete them, put them back in the mail. They must be postmarked before April the 28th. We're going to have a town hall meeting next Wednesday night. Look at the date and time, and make sure you sign up so you can participate. I look forward to hearing and seeing you. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and may God continue to bless you and your family.